Yes. Did I share it, hopefully?
Yeah, I can see your screen, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, I will try to shorten my presentation because we are really running out of the time, and I'm sorry, and I have to leave really exactly at 1 p.m. because I have another meeting. So my presentation is divided in two parts, basically. I want to just give you the brief view what we are doing on the national level because I'm the governmental full-time employee. My history is that I was more than 30 years co-owner of the software development company, and I was working with the construction industry really deeply and for a long time. So I decided to share my experience with the public sector. So I am for the last 4 years really full-time government employee. What we did in Czech Republic, we was able to make the government the decision to sign the national BIM strategy in 2018. You have here just the topics around and part of and key domains of our BIM strategy. So we are solving here really the wide scope what we need to, let's say, deliver to the construction industry and specifically the public sector working with the construction sector. So we want to make the public sector, let's say, more smarter to be able to work much better with the construction sector through the whole life cycle for the buildings. Not just focusing on design or just the construction works, but of course around operating phases. We feel it's the most important part of it. So you just see the list of the domains. As our agency, we are the professional governmental platform, bringing together all the areas which is important for finding the common solutions for public sector, for private companies and academic institutions like universities and so on. So that's what we are doing. And our main tasks are making standards, methodologies, guidance, promotions, educations. That's what we are doing. At the very beginning, we define our vision and mission. You can see it right here. What I want to underline is the last two words in the red line at the very bottom of this, because we feel that without finding the right relations between the partners on the project level and on the company levels, we cannot be successful in our, let's say, digital transformation mission, because the digital transformation mission is most of it. It's about the humans, not about the technologies, because the humans have the decisions and they have to change their habits and their processes and the way how they're thinking, how to work with the information. We are heavily focused on the standardization and standards because we believe that it's always useful to share the information, share the knowledge, share the experience. So Antonio mentioned that again, the main topic for us is not reinventing the wheel again, and we always looking on that sentence again and again when we start thinking that we start developing something. We after that start looking around on the market in the different countries, and usually we find the same group who's solving the same things. What is very important for us is the SEN organization. So we are focused, and our experts are working hardly in SEN TC 442, which we believe that is the center point where we should all of us bring us our ideas, experience, and knowledge, and put together the standards, because that's the only way how we can share the data across the countries. In the long term, I know it's not realistic right now, but we need to start from somewhere. We define the 3 mandatory pillars for the BIM. You can see them. It's not rocket science. It's the usual things, but we want to put it in the regulations, those 3 pillars, and give some kind of the definition for those pillars, so the market and the public sector have exactly guidance how to solve those things. And our main national application of the standards you can see below. We proudly established the international organization called Construction Classification International Collaboration. You can see the logo, and you can see on the website. So we are developing with cooperation and collaboration with different nations, with the other nations, the CCI classification system, again heavily based on the international ISO and IEC standards. So that's what we are doing. I will be speaking about that in more detail. This is, again, just a list of the current action areas, what we are covering here right now. And you can see the current and future challenges which we are dealing with it. And I want to, again, from this underline the first topic on the left-hand up corner is the digital transformation and the change management. And it's really what we found in past three or 4 years, which was the time where we are solving the national strategy, but it's my personal experience from previous 30 years again. The key successful point about if something about digitizing is successful is not successful are the humans, not the technologies. The technologies, from my experience, 30% on that success, 70% are the humans, project managers, users, experts, whatever, in different roles, but they are all humans. So that's the key point: how to work with the humans and how to work with the change, because the digital transformation is the huge change for every of us. So that's what we are doing. We are operating this website. But, sorry for all of you, it's just in Czech, but using some kind of the mighty translators, you can get the let's say brief thoughts of what is going on those websites. There are published lots of documents. There are more than 50 documents which we prepare for the Czech industry. So that's the central point for the information about our activities. And I want to focus in the second part of my presentation about something we called common digital language for the construction sector, for the construction. Why we need it? We need to build this pyramid. It's widely known. It's a common sense pyramid. It's not invented from us, of course. But it works. I can really sign that from my experience. So we need to go level by level from the bottom, from the data, create the information at the next level, and after that we can get the knowledge. And what we need to do, you can see there. So we need the machine-readable data. We need to structure the standard data. So we need to interoperate. So we need to be vendor independent. It's not just a public sector issue. It's the same in the private sector as well, because the cooperation and collaboration must be really wide open, and any vendor lock-ins are really not. They cannot work on that. And of course, we need to lossless and overshare and link the data together. And I want to underline again the link data together. So we need to work on the digital process. So that's the huge change for everybody of us, to change our processes and our habits on the daily basis habits to work really digitally. So linking data, not generating just the emails and Excel spreadsheets. So that's the main point of all of it. This is the main diagram for us, how it's our strategy running in the topic about digital sharing and sharing the digital structured data. So our place on the diagram is the red area. That's what we have to do and what we have to deliver to the market. So we are working on the database, which we called as the DSS, as the acronym, is basically an information system collecting the generally data templates, not just the product data templates, but the scope and the content of the database is much wider than just the product data. But of course, the product data it's a very important part of it, but it's not just about the product data. So, we need to put together procurers, manufacturers, sellers, and of course the all the supply chain in different roles, the construction companies, architects, engineers, facility managers, whatever they can feel in the light green part that they want to create the data, share the data, and creating something around it. So that's the basic. Again, it's a simple diagram which trying to show that if we will be able to create one single source of the truth, so the definition of the standard, we can find a understanding between all these parts, which needs to share to transmit the data from the point A to point B, and that can be possible in case when we have that central database, central point, central standard on which we agree, all of us. So that's how we are doing. This is the snapshot from our website. We already published some part of it. This is actually just in Czech, but we finally in January signed a contract because we run a long public procurement procedure, but we successfully signed a contract in January with our partner and which delivers to us for one hand the software solution, and the other hand the, let's say, experience and knowledge from the different industries, different countries, and we work with them very hardly, and it's a very successful cooperation for us, and we will see the results in the autumn. One of the key part of it is we are respecting, of course, the international standards. So all these outputs will be bilingual, not just in Czech, but in English as well as the agreed language for the standardization in this field. This is the snapshot from the online access to the classification system for the CCI on the Czech let's say, level. You can see down on the slide the link to the international website where you can find some more detailed information. You can download the classification system in English as well. And one of the key things from our organization that we run all these things under the free open license, so everybody can share the results without any costs and any fees. So that's the way how we believe that we can spread around, on the construction market and make everybody use it and share the data. This is just a snapshot from the different part of the website where I want to show you how we are working with the Czech market, because all the global and main vendors operating on the Czech market as the primary as the CAD and the BIM platforms where the digital models are created are cooperating with us closely. We give them the possibility to share the structured data, not just giving the outputs in the Excel spreadsheets. We give them the structure format. We bring that structure format to the SAN, to the CC442, and hopefully we are waiting for the common agreement to defining on the European level the common, let's say, format to share the requirements and the definitions of the data templates, properties, classification system, and so on, which we really needed. So let's say we can look on that we are running here on the Czech side, or let's say the pilot projects, how to share the data from that common database with the software vendors in the structured format, not just the Excel spreadsheets. And the conclusions for us right now, it's clear that it's a really long-term project. 3-5 years is just the first intensive part. It will be never-ending story to maintain this standard. what is important to be brave enough to change a lot of things. That's a huge issue probably on every country in Europe. We are using the snowball principle. That's a very important one for us. And the first topic and what is the main for us, always creating the data based on specific, exactly defined purposes. Yeah, we are not just collecting data because somebody feels that it can be useful. No, we need to exactly definish why or what the data will be used. What is very important, close collaboration with the market. We need to piloting everything, get the feedback, get the structured feedback, correcting mistakes, creating something different. That is very, very important for us because we want to create something which will be usable. E-government agendas, we are lucky because we are running parallel the second huge governmental project around the digital building permits. One of the part of the input inside the digital building permits should be the IFC models as well as the open format. So that's a lot of common activities between those two projects. And of course, we need to really avoid the Excel spreadsheet because that's the killer point for any digital cooperation. So that's just really quick, brief information of what we are doing. Thank you for your attention and